Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kyle, and I'm back again this time with Tekking101. As you guys may remember, I did a video of him, what was it, about a year ago now, I think it was?
Yeah, I just saw that in the Discord call. It was like May of last year that we did this last. It doesn't feel that long ago. Time goes by so fast.
It really, really does. And yeah, with today's video, we're actually going to be talking about One Piece in Wano. We're going to be talking about the last couple of chapters, everything after the flashback, the stuff with Kanjuro, and sort of just basically go wherever after that. So basically potential matchups and like maybe some betrayals.
I have no idea why you brought me on. I don't know what One Piece is. I think I've read like one chapter like a long time ago. That was it.
Yeah, I think I only read like two, and then basically I was like, nah, it's like 900 chapters in and all these episodes.
It's read up to chapter 3 and then you're pretty much where you need to be right now. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Like what?
But
what
yeah,
is Devil Fruits?
Yeah, I think there's this mythical thing that doesn't really exist according to Morgan from like the second chapter. But yeah, anyway. So the flashback just ended. We're only 2 chapters into the main battle, but already Oda is like amping this up in a big way. I think he feels like the flashback lasted maybe a little bit too long. People really wanted to get back to it, so he just dives right into it,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I saw like a lot of mixed reactions. I mean, personally, I liked the flashback. I thought it was pretty cool. I like Oden as a character, and I think he was pretty badass in the way that, just, before he died, like, holding everyone up. And then
I loved it. I mean, it's like set up in such a way where we had to build up Oden as this amazing person. Like the typical way people talk about him is like he's the Chad amongst Chads, and I'm like, yeah, he pretty much is. But yeah, I loved it because I like world building and I love expanding like the past of this story as much as possible. But I think with all the breaks in there, like there was like the 3-week like Christmas break in there, and Oda took a few breaks. It just felt really long.
Yeah, I mean it did, but at the end of the day, we've got some stuff with like Gold Roger and like Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not love that? And then find out, the whole Rocks pirates as well. Like that was epic.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Oda fit that in the way that he did, because the Rocks crew was just mentioned like a couple of chapters before that by Sengoku when we were getting all the Yonko bounties. He's like, oh yeah, there's this crew named Rocks, and I'm surprised he tied that in to the Oden flashback. I mean, he didn't show who Rocks was or anything, but they mentioned it, a few times. So there's a lot of things Oda still has to keep secret, but he touched upon it as much as he could.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, like, some people were wondering if Rox is still alive or if he's dead, and some people said they're going to be really annoyed if he's still alive.
Yeah, if he's still alive, it's going to be probably more of like a Kaguya moment from Naruto. Not quite the same thing. I guess it depends on how he shows up. But I think a lot more, considering a big theme of One Piece is like the inherited will. Like Luffy carries on like the inherited will of Roger and the will of D and the whole concept of the will of D. I think it would make a lot more sense to the theme of the story to just have Blackbeard be not the reincarnation of Rocks literally, but to follow in Rocks' footsteps the same way Luffy follows in like Shanks and Rogers.
Yeah, because like when you were saying like the whole Naruto, the whole Kaguya thing, obviously not a lot of people liked that, and obviously some people did. But then it's like when you look at the whole reincarnation aspect of that, like Madara and Hashirama, Indra and Asura, and then so forth.
I think like Madara in a lot of people's eyes would have made a perfect final villain for Naruto, because everyone knew who Madara was. They talked about him for like hundreds and hundreds of chapters.
Yeah.
And then so we get Madara, but then all of a sudden, oh yeah, no, giant bunny goddess that's an alien just shows up and that's our final opponent. I'd be like, huh? Okay, I guess, but huh?
Yeah, no, I do agree. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it was a nice twist, but I don't know, it was a bit, I don't know, I just didn't really like it that much. And that's where I feel like, for me, like, that series kind of dipped a little bit until it went straight back up to, obviously, Naruto and Sasuke's fight at the end. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I lost a lot of passion for Naruto near the end, but we're not talking about Naruto.
Yeah, of course, but we sort of like reference. But I think the way that Oda does things is, it's a lot better. So, like, the way he goes, like, dealing with characters and, like, dealing with these flashbacks. Of course, the flashback went on for some time, but obviously, like you said, the Christmas break didn't exactly help that with 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was like, I went back and checked. It was like October to March, which is just insane. Yeah.
Was it really that long?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first chapter was like October, like late October. It was before Halloween, and here we are in the middle of March, and it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. But hey, as we said, the flashback was great. So, obviously, with the current timeline, Kanjuro.
Yes. So, did you expect him to be the traitor?
He was one of the people I had in mind.
Yeah.
Because and then when you look back for all the things and you sort of add it up, and then I think it was was it Marco, the One Piece theorist guy? I think I've like done a video of him once before, like in Life on Flying Panda.
Yeah.
It was him that sort of did a video on it, and I remember looking at that recently after Roger Space did his video and then spoke about it. So I kind of went back and looked at it. I was like, yeah, it actually makes sense now. So yeah, I agree with how Oda done that.
I mean, even Kanjuro mentioned it himself. He's just like, in order to get to Zou, you need to have a Vivre card. So that pretty much implied right there, like, one of the people that went to Zou, so either Kinemon, Kanjuro, or Raizo, has to be the traitor right there. Or either that or Inuarashi or Nekomamushi were the traitors, which I threw that out pretty quick, but that would have been an interesting twist too. But it's just, I don't think there's any way Oda could have bent it in a way to make it make sense with that.
Yeah.
But that would have been a twist. So it basically came down to... Kinemon was the leader, and he was very loyal to Oden, so I'm like, that would have been a twist, but I don't think Kinemon's a traitor. So it basically came down to Raizo or Kanjuro being the traitor.
Raizo was my other one. Some people had Okiku in mind, and I was like...
that wouldn't have made any sense, because I guess she might have had a Vivre card to Zou, but she didn't go with them to Zou. But, I'm glad it wasn't Okiku. The thing is also that Oda had to carefully balance was... we found out Okiku, Ashura, Kawamatsu, and Denjiro. We didn't find out about them until Wano. I feel like it would be kind of cheap to just like, oh yeah, this character we just found out about, like Kawamatsu, turned out to be the traitor the whole time. Like, we didn't spend a lot of time with Kawamatsu, so if he was the traitor, it'd be like, what? So it had to be a character we were traveling with for a while, so Kanjuro or Raizo or Kinemon.
Yeah, no, they were the two, definitely. But I think, like, when you sort of look at, like, both parts and you look at Kanjuro, it just makes so much more sense for it to be him. And
I mean, there was a lot of things there that I looked at. Like, he's dressed like an actor, like a kabuki actor, but he's never, like, acted like that. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, he was an actor and he was acting. That makes a lot of sense. And then if you go back and look at all the scenes where he's using, like, his left hand to draw, and it's like Oda does little things like that throughout the story that's like, you don't find out about him until the big reveal, but it's like, oh no, he was consistent with this the whole way.
Exactly.
Kanjuro's right-handed, but he's drawing everything with his left. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like, I think there was one Manga panel that I seen where it's like as if he flicked up, like, he's like what he was drawing. It was like the two little birds at the top. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. Oh, is that when they first arrived back at the future?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yes.
So, I mentioned that in my video, when they first appear in the future, you see two little birds in the manga just kind of flying away, and you imply that, oh, those are Kanjuro's birds that he drew and sent the information to Kaido. In the anime, they really do seem like regular birds, but keep in mind, Kanjuro does have the ability to draw really well, so he could have very well drew birds that look exactly like regular birds, and they just flew away, so it's possible that could have been the case, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, no, it's been amazing. I literally was just before doing this video, as I told you, I was rereading, the latest chapter. And like, there's one thing that like caught my eye about Luffy. Did you notice that with he used Gear 4 and then suddenly he's back to normal, like he wasn't blown out of Haki?
Yeah, so when the trio all did their abilities, I was obviously paying attention to Kid because we've never really seen him get into a straight up fight before.
Yes.
So like the, magnetic punk or whatever it was, that was pretty cool. Punk Rotten, that was the name of the technique. So that was cool, obviously. When I saw Luffy go into Gear 4th, I'm like looking at him and I'm thinking, okay, is there anything noticeably different about Gear 4th? And I didn't really see it, but yeah, I did pick up like, oh yeah, he went from Gear 4th to regular pretty quickly there. So he just has, it's like the same thing after the time skip with Gear 2nd. He can go into Gear 2nd like that and just pop in and out of it. It's not a big deal for him anymore. It might have been something like that with Gear 4th.
Yeah. So do you personally think that Luffy may have mastered Bounceman?
Yeah, I think he got a pretty good handle on Gear 4th. I think it's about time in the story for that to happen. If he trained with it for 2 years, but there was still some kinks he had to work out. And, I mean, Rayleigh said it best. He's like, listen, there's only so much training will get you. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be in the thick of combat. You have to be in the middle of battle to really improve in that way. Luffy's been in several serious battles with Gear 4th at this point, Doflamingo, Cracker, Katakuri. So I think, and plus the Ryuo training, I think at this point he at least has a better handle on that form.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Do you think he's got a better like another form? Like, do you think he's got like I was throwing out the idea of using a dragon man because that would be so damn cool. Because Kaido's a dragon and everything. Yeah.
See, I did a video saying like I think it was my "Can he do it" video, or how Luffy will defeat Kaido kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I brought out a Lion Man type form. So
yeah, I've heard that because you got Bound Man, that's like a balanced version. Snake Man, obviously the speed. Tank Man's the armament, or Snake Man's observation. So people are like, oh, Conquerors has to have a form, and Conquerors is like a lion because the king of the beast.
Exactly,
and I'm thinking, oh, that would be pretty cool too. Like his hair, we've already established Luffy's hair in Gear 4 can grow longer or go crazy.
Pretty
so
much.
Why not have just like a giant mane when he goes into Gear 4? Why not?
Like a Super Saiyan 3 type,
Yeah, honestly, I would be fine with that. It wouldn't make any practical sense. Like he's adding hockey to his hair, whatever. I don't care. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I think also is the fact that when you go back to looking at Onigashima as well, you had those three beasts. You had the lion, the crocodile, alligator, whatever you want to call it, and obviously.
Yeah, Ruskina. Yeah, he was
Oh,
training.
not Onigashima. Sorry, yeah, Ruskina. What am I? Because I'm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Ruskina.
That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah, correct.
That's my curse to know every damn island in this entire story. But no, yeah. So he had the giant elephant on the island. Luffy's got elephant gun. He's got the alligator. I don't know if he named anything after the alligator yet. I don't think so. But he's got like alligators are kind of like a tank, so he's got tank man, I guess. But yeah, there's
a lot of people class that as tank man, don't they? Like because of the whole like, the way he's like sitting back defense and then attack.
Yep, exactly. And then the giant gorilla, so calm gun. There you go.
I mean, I know it's not canon, but like the whole like Stampede film, like Bullet pretty much put it straight. Like when he was in Snake Man, like using too much hockey, you're just gonna blow out proper.
Oh god, yeah. In fact, I was gonna do a whole because I just watched it. I just got released in the dub, so I just got to see it in the dub. I saw it subbed when it was in theaters.
Yeah. Same.
But in the dub, I was rewatching it, and I picked up on that scene too. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's like, yeah, Luffy literally is just. Like, he has, like, take it like in an RPG, because I'm playing Symphony of the Night right now, and I'm obsessed with that. But it's like you have a minimal, you have, like, a certain amount of MP or, like, magic power, and it's like, I'm just going to use this technique that just, like, drains half of it, like, every 2 seconds. That's kind of what Luffy's doing right now. He's just pouring all of his hockey into Gear 4th, and it's like, it's going to run out really quick, so you better finish your opponent in, like, 10 seconds or you're screwed. It's a little bit longer than that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's weird, because when I went to see that film, because obviously we got it literally just back in February. And
oh god, yeah.
It
was good though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, it's up there with Film Z. Like I can't decide which one's better. Both of them are fantastic.
They're both really good.
Yeah, I think it's better than Film Gold and Strongwell, but that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah.
But I noticed something that obviously after I saw the film, and as I said, props to the One Piece community for not spoiling like a lot of things, like the whole Ace thing, but like the Laugh Tale.
Yeah, they were really good about that. I personally, I personally went out to seek spoilers because I'm like, I want to find out what happens in the movie as quickly as possible. But that's just me. But most people were really good with that.
Yeah.
But the Laugh Tale thing, that caught me by surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, like just the way that was revealed, and it's like that was because that was before the chapters came out, wasn't it? Like,
and yeah, because it came out August 6th in Japan, and that's when it was revealed.
Yeah, that was that was something.
I feel like Oda at that point, like he knew what he was going to do with the Oden flashback anyway, so he's like, okay, I'll show you how the name of the island is spelled. That's not really that big of a deal. It's not Raftail, it's Laughtail, which makes more sense given Roger. And he revealed it anyway a couple of months later, because like, everybody already knows about it that saw Stampede, so I'll just put it in the manga. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a great film. I mean, obviously, we all got the bit at the end, wasn't it? Like, after the end credits with Roger saying about, Ace being the next Pirate King, but obviously we know what happened with that. But still.
There's a lot of questions about the movie, but I think it's pretty good. Like, the big question is, like, okay, so he threw the log pose or the eternal pose into the ocean. How did, and it got eaten by something? How did it end up at this exact island? Like, it's a little weird, but it's fine. And the way that Luffy defeats, I was kind of expecting in this movie going into it, I was kind of expecting Luffy to have, like, a new form or something when he defeated Bullet, and he didn't really do it. It's just like, Gamu Gamu no King Kong gun. I'm like, okay, we'll just do that. I mean, that's a very Luffy thing to do.
Yeah. It made me think, like, I wonder if he's going to bring any moves from Luffy from that film, like he used, like, the King Kong gun, or the Gatling into cannon, because obviously I know
I could see him doing that against Kaido just to try it, and I don't think it would win, but it would be cool just to see that in the manga.
Yeah, mate, it's crazy. Bullet was definitely.
Oh, Bullet was basically just a giant wall. You know, it's just like, okay, just punch through the giant wall, Luffy.
Pretty much a Broly of One Piece.
I mean, I've made that comparison a lot. He had a little bit more personality than Broly, just because Broly only basically just shouted, you know, Kakarot all the time. Yeah. But I mean, I think we get a little bit of a side chapter. There's some stuff that was supplemental that Oda explains Bullet's backstory a little bit better. But in the movie, he's just basically like, I'm the big tough guy that's going to beat you. And I'm like, all right, well, it's an awesome movie nonetheless, so let's watch it. You know, there you go.
Exactly.
So what do you think about... Well, here's something, because I personally think this is just going to be Luffy mastering Gear 4th, and that's going to be what he's used against Kaido. But what do you think about Gear 5th, an option with that? Like, is that going to be... Yeah.
See, like, maybe a Gear 5th might come. Not now. Maybe later. Maybe, like, towards, like, the end. I don't know. I mean...
I'm pretty confident that Gear 5th is going to be his awakening.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I don't think we're going to get anything beyond that. I think we're just going to get Gear 5th, the awakening, and beyond that, there's not going to be a Gear 6 or anything like that.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I mean, I've had people comment on my videos, like, to do with, like, how Luffy will defeat Kaido. So many people saying probably an awakening, Gear 5th, or people are saying it'll probably be Luffy, Kid, and Law. But the main thing I wanted to bring up is the whole Big Mom stuff, like I said to you, like just before, like the video started, which was, do you think that Kaido will probably betray Big Mom? And obviously you said yes, and like...
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty... In fact, I'm gonna put a lot of my chips on this to the point where if that doesn't happen, maybe not necessarily Kaido betraying Big Mom or Big Mom betraying Kaido, but the alliance breaking down in some way. If that didn't happen, I would be very shocked by that.
Yeah, no, because it was just like a big thing that I was thinking about. It's like, when you put it together, so, like you said as well, right at the start of the arc, they hated each other.
Yeah.
King takes her out, and then she ends up losing her memory, which we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
And then, next thing you know, they're like best friends, and everyone seems to think that Katakuri is Kaido's son because of where he's holding up Momonosuke. And then you look at it and you think, right, well, both of them want to take out Luffy. Are either of them going to be satisfied taking him out together, or is Kaido going to be like, okay, I'm just going to lead Big Mom on, use her, and then just sort of like, you know, sort of something happens, like you said, and then she...
I don't think it's going to be anything in the perspective of like Kaido willingly like, oh, I'm going to use Big Mom in order to get what I want, or Big Mom's like, I'm going to use Kaido to get Luffy, you know, what I want. I think it's just going to break down over something really, really stupid. I don't think it's going to be like anything like the Hunger Pang, because I personally feel the Hunger Pang thing has been kind of played out at this point. We've done it like multiple times now. But it might just be something stupid in the battle of just like, you know, I don't know, like the Calamities, you know, accidentally hit Perospero or something, and then Big Mom like, how dare your crew attack my crew, and then they just get into a fight, and it just breaks down from there.
Like, the thing is, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but last time we saw them together, I don't remember seeing the Big Mom pirates yet. And
okay, so they were not. That's the thing. Last time we saw Big Mom's crew, they were separated from Big Mom, and so Big Mom was on the beach with Chopper. Once again, not going into that. But then her crew were still on the outskirts of Wano, just kind of waiting for orders, waiting to see what would happen. And the next time we see them, Big Mom's in Onigashima with Kaido, and they're having a good time, and they're like, we're going to have an ally, we're going to form an alliance now. We can assume the Big Mom crew would get the message from Big Mom, and they would all basically... I think everybody's in Onigashima right now. Like Orochi, Kaido, Big Mom, all of their crews at Onigashima right now.
Yeah, but Katakuri isn't.
Oh, I wish... Katakuri will be showing back up in this story. I don't think Oda would just be like, okay, Katakuri's cool, now he's gone forever. He'll be showing up at some point. Yeah, like, I don't know when, though.
He's got to have healed from his injuries by now.
Yeah, him and Pudding I would like to see again, because they're kind of like the good guys of the Big Mom crew. That, you know, at least Katakuri I think has more respect for Luffy right now and would help him out if he needs it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, with potential matchups for Wano, like, who do you see going against who?
This is a weird way to start it off. Well, okay, let's start off with the big heavy hitters right now. I want to see Zoro fight King.
Yep, same.
I want to see Sanji fight against Queen. Maybe Frankie in there too, because Queen is sort of like the biker kind of mechanic, and I would like to see Frankie fight him.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that. And Jack, though, I kind of want to see Neko and Inu just team up against Jack and the Minx because of what Jack did to Zoe. You know, like that would be perfect retribution right there for me. To get like Carrot and Wanda's like Sulongs and stuff. Plus Inu, Orochi, and Nekomamushi, whenever he shows up, they're Sulongs. Yeah. Oh, are you still there? Hello? Oh, you might have cut out. No!
That's all, folks.
Well, okay then. So, his computer randomly just stopped and started to restart. Maybe it was like an update or something. Don't you hate those? Like, my computer does that too. It's just like, your computer will update in 20 minutes. I'll be like, okay. And then you forget, and then you're in the middle of something, and then... shit. Yeah. Oh, well, he paused the video. I'm still recording, but you can cut it out, I guess. Yeah. Because this is entertainment right here. So... Oh, wait, he just lost it. Yeah.
All right, yeah, dude. So,
yeah.
Carry on where you were.
I said I left off with Jack fighting Nekomamushi, Inuarashi, and like the rest of the Minks. I would really love to see that, like retribution for what happened at Zoe.
Yeah, it makes sense. Who did I have down to? Yeah, that was it. So talking about Sanji against Queen.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of the raid suit because obviously,
yes.
Have you watched the latest episode?
Yes, I do. I really enjoyed it as well. It was a pretty good one. Yeah, it's been modified since then, most likely. So I'm curious to see what it'll look like now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And just to think, out of all the outfits that they had on, you had Sanji just wearing his usual suit.
Yeah, no, he had the gloves. Did you not see
the gloves? Yes, the gloves.
The gloves made him like 10 times cooler, and everyone was trying to like, it's some weird psychological effect. Like, why do gloves make him cooler? And somebody commented a reasoning behind this, and I think it makes perfect sense. It's like, because people that wear suits and gloves, you think of like a hitman, you think of like a mafia dude, and I'm thinking like disposing of a body, and I'm like, oh my god, that fits. So that's why he looks so cool. There you go.
Yeah, no, I get it now. Yeah, of course, the gloves. And also, one other thing I wanted to bring up as well, going back to the whole Luffy situation with like, maybe, like you said, the King of the Beasts, obviously him wanting to be the King of the Pirates, but the coat kind of gives me, or the long jacket, just makes me feel like, yeah, he's proving to be like, oh, I'm the main guy, I'm gonna, be the king of, like, it shows like the King of the Beasts sort of kind of.
To bring it back, you know what I honestly thought of when Luffy showed up and we got to see the cloak he was wearing? I honestly had a flashback to Naruto very briefly, just to bring it up, whenever he showed up to fight Pain and he was wearing like the jacket that looked like his dad's jacket, like the fourth Hokage. So
jacket.
That wasn't near the end of the story yet. There was still a lot of the story left after that, but just to show like, oh no, he's wearing the jacket, he's awesome, and that's like Luffy wearing the long flowing captain cloak. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah, because to be fair, when you look at both stories like that, after the Pain arc, it was pretty much 5 Kage Summit straight into the war.
Yeah.
And then the way people are talking after Wano, you've got Elbaf, and then probably pushing into its final. Like,
I think after Wano, because the Wano saga has been since Punk Hazard. That really kind of started off with that, with Kinemon's introduction. So after Wano, we're going to get into the final saga. Elbaf needs to be included in there somewhere, but I don't know how he's going to incorporate it in. We'll see. A lot of people have been pointing that it's going to be Shanks' arc because, we had Kaido, Big Mom, little bit of Blackbeard. At least we know where Blackbeard's home base is. So we'll see where that goes, But I just love Luffy in the jacket. He makes it work.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, but to be fair, it was just really nice seeing Kid and Luffy and Law once again just going at it like they did in Sabayoni. That was the one thing I think a lot of people were looking forward to.
Do you want Kid, Luffy, and Law just to jump in to fight Kaido directly, or do you want other fights with them first?
Well, you got to take into sort of perspective as well, which I know you will have, but like you got Big Mum and that there as well.
Yeah,
so like,
I think a lot of people forget that she's there sometimes. Like, because it's Kaido's island, it's Kaido's arc, But Big Mom's there too. Yeah,
and it's like you got to think of all the other people. So obviously there's Law, there's Kid, and then you've got like Orochi. It's like, is it Momonosuke that's going to fight Orochi with like the others? I don't know. It's like there's just so many like matchups and so many characters. There's like, is some of the big Mom pirates going to go against, you know, the Calamities? Are they just going to go like full on?
There is one battle.
If that betrayal happens.
There's one battle. It's like a weird thing I'm gonna throw out there, but I really enjoyed. I did a video on the Big Mom crew a couple weeks ago. That the ones that are on Wano right now, Smoothie is there, and I love Smoothie.
Yes.
And Oda, I think, really wanted to incorporate her into the thing in Totland a lot more, but he just didn't have time to show her off. I want to see Jinbei show up and then fight Smoothie. I want to see. I want to see that. I just do. So yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about people forgetting about Big Mom. There's me forgetting about Jinbei.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people forget about. He has the nickname of Schrodinger's Straw Hat because it's like, yeah, he kind of is in and out. You just don't know what's up with him. But I think, yeah, he's going to show up in the middle of the battle and he's going to fight someone. But I would like it to be Smoothie. Yeah, and then the Straw Hats will all have like one big epic double-page spread together or something. That'll be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. How many more chapters do you think this will go on for?
The battle? Oh, boy. I do not know. Considering all of the hype that we had with the flashback setting, you know, all the stuff with Oden up, and now we're finally getting into the battle, that flashback was like 14 chapters. This battle, I feel like it has to last for like, I want to say double that at least. I just don't know how many twists. This battle's gonna get so crazy. Like I think like it's gonna start off crazy enough with like the rebellion and the Straw Hats and Law and Kid and everybody, plus the Kaido and Big Mom crews. But then I think halfway through you're gonna get like another party. You're gonna show up. It could be the Marines or Sword or CP0. Blackbeard's a possibility. CP0's a possibility. The Grand Fleet might show up. Jinbei's going to show up, and it's like it's gonna be a cluster screw at some point, you know.
Yeah, I think we're all just going to be hyped out of our nuts.
Oh, God. Just when you think, I'm telling you what, like, it's going to happen where just when you think the battle couldn't get more intense, boom, like, Blackbeard or, like, Lucci appears out of nowhere, and it's like, what? You know, that's going to happen at some point with some character, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that on so many levels.
I would love it, too. Yeah.
Yeah, who else? I was going to say, I was actually bring up Blackbeard. So if Blackbeard and Moria come into the mix, I think it was someone during the Reverie stream said about like some kind of like reanimation type thing. So like Moria finds like who is it that said that Moria's going to find like Oden's like remains and he's just going to bring him like back to life.
I don't remember. I don't remember who mentioned that specific theory, but I do remember when I did my review, I did mention like what happened with Oden's body. Like, you know, because that is a little curious because you just see it sinking in the oil, and you see the grave for him at the castle, but I don't know if Orochi would just, like, bury him and call it done. I think he might, like, keep his bones under his bed or something to, like, prove that he's really dead or something. I don't know, because Orochi's a paranoid dude. I don't know where his body's at right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's a possibility that, I don't know, Blackbeard is just Blackbeard at the
I'll
end
tell
of
you
the
what,
day,
though,
like,
maybe... I mean, it's possible it could happen with that, but now that Kanjuro is on their side, Orochi's side, Kanjuro might draw, like, an image of Oden and bring him back. And
that is a good point.
I mean, it wouldn't be strong, but it would at least be, like, that would screw with Kinemon if they were, like, fighting and all of a sudden Oden showed back up. Like, that would mess with them psychologically, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, really would. I mean, to be fair, that is actually a really good point. I didn't think of that, actually.
Yeah, because you have to figure that now because Kanjuro's on their other side and he can actually draw. Oda's going to use that big time to, like, distract them and stuff. Yeah. He could even draw a fake Kaido and Luffy and Kid and Law could break in and be like, we're here to fight you, Kaido. And they punch him a couple times and then Kaido just dissolves into ink. And it's like, oh, he wasn't even here. You know, it totally could happen, yeah. That
is a huge possibility. I mean... Also, when you look at obviously, Kyoshiro, Denjiro.
Yeah. Although I think it's more likely that Orochi might use his powers to make like a bunch of fake Orochis because obviously he's weaker. He doesn't want to die, you know. So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Oda doesn't obviously like mainly killing people off, but I think because this is so big, I think someone will die. Do you think Orochi is most likely going to die?
They've set up this so bad. Like Orochi is such a bastard. Like, I think in order to make this work. Oh my god, it's so weird because it's like, remember what Oda's trying to do here. Like, Orochi's grandfather tried to do something. He ended up, you know, he had to commit, like, harakiri, and so the entire Kurozumi clan, like, was hunted for, like, sport in Wano because of that. So, and now the reason Orochi's doing all this is because the way that his ancestors were treated. So, I'm thinking, like, the smart thing to do would just be to kill Orochi and be done with it, but it's like you don't want the same cycle to perpetuate in the new Wano, so they might leave him alive. I have no idea what they might do, but I think personally that he has to die by the end of this, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to, I mean, it's like, how can you, like, not have this guy killed, considering it's like...
Yeah.
Oh, like Oden got killed.
Especially considering the way that Wano is, the traditions of Wano and everything. Like, let's say they do defeat Kaido, they defeat Orochi, and Momo takes over as the new shogun, and, like, Kinemon's there and everybody. The citizens are gonna want Orochi's head. They're gonna want him dead for what he did. And if he doesn't kill them, then the citizens might not trust in Momo too much and be like, oh, well, this horrible person did all these awful things to the people of Wano for years and years, and you're not even gonna kill him. You know, so that might be a problem there they're gonna have to deal with later if they don't kill him during the battle.
Yeah, it's got to happen. Like, I think everyone will be cheering when that happens. To be honest.
I do like my idea because like there's so many people that could kill Orochi and then make like Zoro, Hiyori, Kinemon, Momo, Genjiro. Like all these people could kill him, and it would make sense. I would love for him to go into his Orochi form with 8 different heads, and then like 8 different people all slice off a head, you know, and then there you go.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean obviously
wait. Hold up, I unplugged my headphones. Hold up.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, there we go. We're good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You all good now?
Yeah, we're fine.
Cool. Yeah. No. So with Zoro and Enma, you saw what happened to his arm. Like,
oh yeah.
Do you think Zoro might be able to sort of
be
able to maintain Enma now with his arm and
I think that's gonna go now. I think Zoro, he's trained with it, but he hasn't trained with it for that long, only like a week or so. So I think the way it's gonna go is as long as Zoro has like clarity of mind and he's at full power like he is right now, I think he'll be able to handle Enma pretty easily. But I also feel like if he ends up getting injured or, you know, during the middle of the battle, he might not be able to control it as well. You know, so it's still going to be kind of like up in the air. Like he might be really good at the beginning of the fight. After he's been in battle a couple of times, he's like, okay, I can't control it that much. Either way, I think Zoro is going to keep Enma sheathed until he really, really needs it. He's not going to use it to take down a bunch of random, you know, foot soldiers. He's going to use it when he fights King or Kaido. He's going to need it then.
I definitely, I mean, obviously there are the people out there that say that Zoro's going to kill Kaido, but I've always said no, he's not going to. I mean, I still think he will cut him, though. I still think Zoro will deliver a blow.
If that were to... Yeah, I think he's going to slice him. I mean, he has the Enma. He basically is predisposed. He has to slice him with that damn thing. But I'm like, I don't think Zoro is going to get the killing blow on Kaido, but I'm picturing that in my head and how badass it would be. And I'm like, I can't be mad at that happening. That would be so cool. It's just, it wouldn't be what I was personally expecting. But if it did happen, I'd be like, I'll roll with this, Oda. You know, Kaido getting sliced apart by Zoro. I mean, that'd be beautiful. You know?
Yeah, because I briefly mentioned Zoro in my video like with Luffy, and I said that it'd kind of be like that whole aspect of, you remember in Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta went against Cell and then Gohan did the Kamehameha and like, pretty much he was overpowering him, and then Vegeta got him with the lucky like blast.
You know what's crazy?
Thinking, like, Zoro,
you know what's crazy? Yeah, that could totally happen. But you know what's crazy with that scene is that every time I rewatch that scene, I'm always surprised that Vegeta blasts him. Because all I can remember from that scene is, like, Gohan and Goku doing, like, the father-son Kamehameha and stuff. And I always forget, like, no, Cell was about to win, and then Vegeta showed up and then blasted him at the last second. I'm like, oh, that's right. And I always forget every time, and it's a nice little moment. But, yeah, I love that scene. That could be something there, too. Zoro, Luffy, Kid-in-Law. I think Zoro, Luffy, Kid-in-Law have to be a part of this fight. Yeah, for Kaido directly.
Yeah, they've got to be. Yeah. And then whoever takes on Big Mom as well, because she's gonna want a bit of taste of Luffy, you know, and not in that way
absolutely.
Either, but she's gonna want some Luffy, you know.
Oh God, she is going to, yeah. And that could be where the alliance breaks down there. They could just like, okay, Luffy's right in front of both of them, and then they just look at each other and they're like, well, I want him, you know. And then from there on, it just breaks down.
Yeah, because. There's something that just doesn't... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool to see an alliance. Maybe they might start off together, you know, just taking on everyone like Luffy and all that. And then when it actually gets to Luffy, that's when the big... Like, I
think the reason Oda had them make the alliance, even if the alliance breaks down pretty quickly, is to give an impetus for the Marines to show up. Because you see how much the Marines were freaking out over an idea of Big Mom and Kaido becoming an ally, like an alliance. So the
Well,
Marines,
especially two emperors, yeah.
yeah, the Marines and the world government, the CP0, they're gonna freak out over that, and they're like, okay, the time where Wano is isolated and away is now done because we need to solve this problem before it becomes a problem. So even if the alliance breaks down, I think right now the Marines are already on their way to Wano, to deal with this, or at least the CP0 are. They got to.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Sword is already there, yeah.
Oh yeah.
With Drake and everybody. Yeah.
And I think Wano's just gonna be absolutely crazy. I guess I can kind of understand where some people are coming from, but I still don't understand like the whole Wano's overhyped. I guess it is a little bit, but it's like this is what Oda does. He builds a lot of stuff up, but I think it's the fact of the whole pacing, as people put it. It's
the situation of like Wano. Like I remember reading back in Punk Hazard when Wano was. I mean, it was mentioned during Thriller Bark like over 10 years ago, which is crazy. It's been that long ago already. But when Brooke first mentioned Wano, it's like, oh yeah, the samurai from Wano. It's a closed-in country. Ever since then, people were like super hyped. Oh, we're going to Wano. We're going to Wano at some point. And it's like 200 chapters of build-up when we get here. I think it's been fairly good, and we have to get into the actual, like, we're just starting the main battle right now. We've already started off on a really strong foot forward. So we'll see where Oda takes it from here, but I'm going to reserve judgment until after the battle. If the battle is like not as hyped that I figured, then fine. But I think Oda's going to bring to the table some big stuff here, yeah.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yep.
So, just before we actually wrap up this video, is there anything you wanted to add in at all?
Carrot Sulong, badass, cool, bunny girl. There you go. There's my final thoughts for the day.
Nami looking absolutely fine and sexy as hell. That's probably my ones.
There you go. We got to get everything out there. Also, Carrot for Straw Hat. In the last chapter, when you see the Straw Hats on the Sunny, and Carrot I know Carrot and Sicilian and the other Minks were also on the Sunny. But you see that one panel where Carrot jumps out behind Robin, and I'm like, oh my god, she's on the ship too. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I gushed over that. That was lovely. Yeah.
It's alright, I know you love your Carrot.
Yeah, I do. Yes, Easter's coming up too, so you have to do another Easter video. Or I might do a Mirako video for My Hero Academia if you read that series. Yeah. I love that character too. So yeah, thanks for having me, Kaiyo. It's always a good time, and anytime, man.
Yeah, no, I really, really appreciate you taking time to come to a video with me. It's
really
nice.
Problem. No problem.
Yeah. I'll leave Tekkin's channel down below in the description, even though he's like way bigger than what I am, so you guys probably already know who he is, so I'll still put his channel in the description anyway,
I thank you. I'm around, yeah, and plus with Bleach coming back, I mean, I've been doing some Espada videos even before the announcement, because I felt like the announcement was going to be the anime coming back, so, but yeah, the outpouring of everybody just, like, I've seen so many people that are like, well, time to resubscribe to the channel. I'm like, okay, awesome, yay! But now I have the best of both worlds. I have the power of One Piece and the power of Bleach behind me.
Yeah. It's good. We'll have to talk about some Bleach after the video.
Oh, we got to. We'll make another video about it at some point. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
But,
okay. Yeah. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you liked the video. Yeah, go sub to Tekkin, and yeah, we'll see you guys for when we do another video, which might be a Bleach video. So you might get one of those.
Thanks, everyone.
So yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye.
Signing out.